Hello dear students. So now we will move on to section 2.5 and the topic is antiderivatives. So till now you have already studied what is derivative. Okay, derivative you have seen what is the first derivative, second derivative. Also there are some physical interpretations of derivative like velocity, acceleration, then some application in economics like marginal productivity, marginal profit, like that. So we have seen many areas where derivative is applicable. Okay, now we will move on to the term antiderivative. So anti means just the opposite of derivative. Okay, so an antiderivative of a function f is a function whose derivative is f. So we know that that is d by so we know that the derivative of we can say that d by dt of t square, we know that this is 2t. So derivative of t square is 2t. So the antiderivative of 2t is t square. Okay. So the function whose derivative is 2t. So what is the function? So what is the question here is what is the function whose derivative is derivative is 2t. So that is the question. Okay. So we know that derivative d by dt of t square is 2t. Now what is a function whose derivative is 2t? So in this case that function is called the antiderivative. So the function whose derivative is a particular function, that is called the antiderivative. So here you can see that t square is the antiderivative. It is the antiderivative of 2t. That is antiderivative of 2t is t square. That also we can see that. So we see that derivative of t square. The derivative of t square is 2t. Okay. So we can say that antiderivative is the function whose derivative is that function. So antiderivative of 2t is t square. Okay. So this is the meaning of antiderivative. So derivative of t square is 2t and the antiderivative of 2t is t square. So, so antiderivative of a function f is a function whose derivative is f. So if we know the derivative, we can write the corresponding antiderivative. Okay. So in general form we can, for example, we can see an example here. Find a function whose derivative is 2x plus 3. So we have to find a function f. Here it is a function of x. So our aim is to find a function f whose derivative is, so our aim is to find x. What is f of x? Such that its derivative should be 2x plus 3. So how can we find such a function? So find a function f of x whose derivative is 2x plus 3. It means that we have to find the antiderivative of 2x plus 3. So what will be the antiderivative of 2x plus 3? That is, what is the function which when differentiated with respect to x will give you the answer 2x plus 3. So we know that if you differentiate x square, we know that d by dx of x square is 2x. Okay. Also we know that d by dx of 3x is 3. Okay, so we conclude that d by dx of x square plus 3x. By some rule also this is correct. D by dx of x square plus 2x is 2x plus 3. So derivative of x square plus 3x is 2x plus 3. It means that antiderivative of 2x plus 3 is x square plus 3x. So x square plus 3x is the function whose derivative is 2x plus 3. Okay. So this implies that antiderivative of 2x plus 3 is x square plus 3x. Okay, we can check by differentiating x square plus 3x and we will get that the derivative is 2x plus 3. So we can say that a function f. So in general we can say that a function f for which its derivative f dash is equal to f is called the antiderivative of f, is called an antiderivative of f. So to find an antiderivative of f, our aim is to find a function capital F whose derivative is small f. Okay, so given small f, our aim is to find a function capital F whose derivative is small f. Then this capital F is called the antiderivative of small f. Okay, now we see that this antiderivative of a function small f is also not unique. For example, in the earlier case we got that in example 1 we got that d by dx of x square plus 3x is 2x plus 3. This we got. So we concluded that 2x plus 3 is this implies that 2x plus 3 is the antiderivative. We concluded that x square plus 3x is the antiderivative of 2x plus 3. Okay. Implies that x square plus 3x is an antiderivative of x 2x plus 3. Now next we see that if we find d by dx of x square plus 3x plus 5, again this is equal to 2x plus 3. Okay, so this also implies that x square plus 3x plus 5 is also an antiderivative of 2x plus 3. Now again we can see that if you add any constant here, its derivative will be 2x plus 3. So x square plus 3x plus capital C, where C is a constant. So this will give you 2x plus 3. So this implies that x square plus 3x plus c, where c is a constant, is an antiderivative of 2x plus 3. So it means that the antiderivative is not unique. There are so many antiderivatives corresponding to a function x square plus 3x, corresponding to a function 2x plus 3. Okay, you can see that derivative of all these functions is 2x plus 3. So there are so many antiderivatives of a function 2x plus 3. So antiderivative is not unique. So in general, we can say that if f is an antiderivative of small f, then f plus c is also an antiderivative. So if f is an antiderivative, of small f, then we can see that f plus c, where c is a constant, c is the constant, is also antiderivative. It means that antiderivatives are not constant. If f is an antiderivative, then f plus c, where c is a constant, is also an antiderivative. So there are so many antiderivatives corresponding to a given function small f. So that is if f is an antiderivative, then f of x is an antiderivative, then f of x plus 1, f of x plus 2, f of x plus 3, these are all constant. All these are all antiderivatives. Okay. So if we draw the function like this, you can see if f of x represents this function, then this is f of x plus 1. F of x plus 1, then f of x plus 2. Like this, these are all antiderivatives. So many antiderivatives are there. Now we will see one more problem. The velocity of a particle moving along a line is 3t plus 5 at time t. At time 1, the particle is at position 4. What is at time 10? This is the question. The velocity of a particle is given. Okay. So we know, so suppose we represent f of t to be the position of the particle. F of t represent position of the particle at time t. Of the particle at time t. Then we know that velocity is nothing but the first derivative. So it is given that f dash of t is given. F dash of t is given to be 3t plus 5. So also given at time t equal to 1, the particle is at position 4. What is the time 10? That is the question. So first we have to find f of t. So we can, so f dash of t, velocity is given. To find the position f of t, we have to find the antiderivative of 3t plus 5. Okay. So to find the antiderivative of 3t plus 5, because you see to find the position vector, you can see that if f of t is a position vector, its derivative f dash of t is the velocity. So to get the position vector, we have to find a function whose derivative is 3t plus 5. So it means that we have to find the antiderivative of 3t plus 5. So we must find a function whose derivative is 3t plus 5, which is called the antiderivative. Now what will be the antiderivative of 3t plus 5? So we know that d by dt of t square, if we will do, it is 2t. Okay, but here we should have 3t. So it means that 3 should come here and 2 should get cancelled. So we can find d by dt of, if we do 3 by 2t square, what will we get? It is 3 by 2 into 2t. So 2 will get cancelled. So it is 3t. So it means that antiderivative of 3t is 3 by 2t square. And for 5, we know it is d by dt of 5 is 5t. D by dt of 5t is 5 that we have. So we can see that we can write f of t, the function whose antiderivative, the antiderivative of 3t plus 5 to be, we can write it as 3 by 2 t square plus 5t. Okay, so these two values, 3 by 2 t square plus 5t, and since we have shown that it is not unique, there are so many values, so plus a constant c we can add it here. Okay, so f of t is 3 by 2 t square plus 5t plus c. Now the value of c can be determined because it is given that at time t equal to 1, the particle is at position is f of t, is at position 4. It is given in the problem. Okay, so at t equal to 1, f of t is equal to 4. So if we substitute here, we will get 4 equal to 3 by 2 plus 5 plus c. Now if you simplify, you will get c equal to minus 5 by 2. So substitute the value of c. So we get f of t equal to 3 by 2 t square plus 5t minus 5 by 2. Now, so we got f of t. Now our question is, what is it at time 10? So we have to put t equal to 10. So at t equal to 10, we have f of t, or we can say which is f of 10 is equal to 3 by 2 into 10 square plus 5 into 10 minus 5 by 2. So again you can simplify it and you will get it as 197 1 by 2 and half 1 by 2. Okay, so this simplification you can do and you will get the position at time t equal to 10. This is the general formula for position, and at t equal to 10, if you substitute t equal to 10 here, you will get the position at t equal to 10. Okay, so we will stop here. Thank you.